gamers, if you like polyomino style games and you think you have what it takes to build the very best theme park around, then you want to check out Tenpenny Parks. Let's take a look at how this one plays. In this game, players will be trying to create the best theme park that they can by doing a couple of different worker placement actions. They can go to the arborist to clear some trees off of their board, which might give them some additional room to put out attractions. They can go to the contractor to gain different concessions, which can go on their board, and will either gain them a couple of movements on the different emotion tracks, or potentially might gain them some income for future rounds so that they'll have a little bit more money to work with in future rounds. They can go to the realtor to buy different expansion boards, which have different placements of trees on each side, and then have 2 wild symbols for those emotion tracks, and that can just help them grow their park as well to give them more room for attractions. They can go to the bank if they need a little bit of money. The bank will give them $2, or they can go to one of the different attractions to pay the cost for that. So this one would be $4 plus $1 for $5. They will get that attraction card in front of them, and they will get that attraction to put on their board. If they do cover up some spots of the emotion tracks, they will move up as appropriate on those, but they don't have to cover them. They can just put them wherever they see fit. But attractions do have to be placed not touching one another. That includes concessions too, so they can't be right up against each other. But if I had that there, I could also put a concession there touching diagonally, and that would be fine. Players never have to remove trees or anything like that if they can place the attractions on there without removing them, but it will give them a little bit more wiggle room when they do that. Once they get the attraction in front of them, they can flip it over, which will show them the cost of advertising for later in the round and how many points they'll get if they do decide to advertise that attraction. And players can also get some bonus points at the end of the game, depending on how many attractions that they have. Players will also each have 2 goal cards available to them to get up to 3 points with. They can either try and complete them for the 3 points, or if they don't complete them, they won't get any points, but that just gives players some other things to kind of gear their strategy toward when playing the game. Additionally, when they move up on the emotion tracks, they can gain different bonuses. If they are the farthest ahead, they might be able to gain an extra worker for the next round. They might be able to take the first player marker, or they might get a little bit of money, again, depending on where they are on that track and if they choose to take those bonuses or just take points. At the end of the game, the player with the most points will win. Overall, I found that this game was pretty enjoyable. I liked how the different mechanisms worked together, and I thought that building out the theme park was really cool. I like that you do have to expand, or you're not going to have very much room for the bigger attractions, and kind of finding the right times to do all the different actions to expand or remove trees or whatever it is. I thought that it just had a nice flow, and again, everything worked really well together. I also thought that you could easily change your strategy a little bit game to game, to try out different things, especially depending on what goal cards you get at the beginning of the game. So I thought that was nice as well. I will say that I did like it better at 2 players than 3 or 4. I thought that the other player counts were fine, but I did think that the attraction cards get eaten up a lot faster because they are the only worker spot that you can only put 1 person on, and other players can't go there as well. So I did think that that got eaten up really fast, as well as the game just felt a little bit too long with more players. I really did like it at the 2-player player count. But otherwise, I thought that if you like polyomino games, if you like a theme park style theme, this one's pretty cool, so you definitely want to check it out. You can see my full thoughts on the blog today. See if this one's for you.